If I lost every dollar tomorrow and had to start from zero in 2026, this is exactly how I would rebuild my money. No hype, no day trading, and no shortcuts. Just the exact system I'd follow if I had nothing and I felt behind. If you're wondering, am I doing the right things or am I wasting time? Well, this video is for you. So I want to be clear up front, this isn't the perfect plan. It's actually the most realistic plan for real people with real jobs, real bills, and real life happening. This is the same framework that I use to go from a negative net worth to over $1.8 million. Step 1, control cash flow. So the first thing I would focus on isn't investing at all. Because if your money leaks faster than it grows, investing will not save you. It's almost like the classic example of trying to mop the ocean. No matter how much you try, if you don't have the control, you're never going to get anywhere anytime soon. So did you know that 72% of Americans don't actually have a written financial plan? And that's not an income problem, it's actually a clarity problem. I do these 3 things immediately. Number 1, know exactly where my money goes. Number 2, cut only what doesn't matter, especially if you have debt or you're struggling paycheck to paycheck. And number 3, keep what actually improves my life. This isn't about being cheap by any means, it's about being intentional. Tracking every expense showed me exactly where my money was going and leaking and where it wasn't. Sure, it takes a little bit of time because you had to put together a transaction register on an Excel template, which is what I did. I plugged in all my numbers, but I was able to see exactly where my money was going month after month. It allowed me to understand my expenses, cut the expenses that weren't meaningful to me, and find other ways that I could increase my income to offset new expenses that I wanted to make. Control and tracking was the thing that saved me, and I actually started doing that back in 2008. It wasn't until 2013 where I really started to accelerate my investment journey. So I'm excited to share a little bit more about that as we go through today's video, but let's go to step number 2, small emergency buffer. Next, I'd build a small buffer, just small, not a massive emergency fund yet. In fact, that's not what I'm doing. It's just enough so that a flat tire, medical bill, or something like that doesn't send me further down into debt. So I'm talking about like $1,000, 1 month of expenses, something like that. It's not about safety forever. It's about taking stability now so I can control my money. So when I was starting, and this is about 2013, I actually had a lot of cash in my savings account. And I think it was around $5,000. If I'm only going to do $1,000 and commit to that, I now have $4,000 that I can put toward my debt, toward some control issues I have, whatever that may be. But that's scary to withdraw $4,000 that I had set aside in my savings account. But I realized something. I'm like, wait a minute, I just paid off some credit cards with this. So I traded what was at like a 3% savings interest rate for the credit card, which was right around, I think, 15% at the time. So that immediately was a 12% return on my decision. So I didn't eliminate risk, I just changed the risk profile. Step number 3, then I would start investing, even if it feels a little too small. So this is where most people overthink things, to be honest. I wouldn't wait until I had enough, I'd just start immediately. Even if it's just the $5 a day, because momentum compounds before money ever does. So I would use something like a broad index ETF, automatic investments, and zero emotion. Not because it's exciting, but because it works. And it's something that I've personally did. And I'll include a video in the description that shows what a small $5 a day did for me as I've been doing this on autopilot for the last 4 years. And look, I know while 4 years might feel like forever, now that I'm actually here, it's surprising how fast time actually does fly. And I would have never guessed that I would now have over $10,000 by just simply investing $5 a day over those 4 years. Looking back on that, it's absolutely wild to me. Let's move on to the next step. This one I failed at so much. If I was starting over at zero, oh my gosh, this is the most important step in my opinion. Ignore the noise. I would actively avoid hot stock tips, meme trades, and this one's gonna change your life type of videos. Look, I've learned this the hard way. There is no way something like GameStop, AMC, Circuit City, Tattooed Chef, or whatever the latest hot stock is gonna change your life like you want it to. Most wealth is not built by brilliance. It's actually built by consistency. And see, the market, it rewards people who stay, not who chase. It's a community here, right? So here's what I want. I have a question for you. Did you ever get trapped in one of those hot stock tips and you ended up learning a little bit of a lesson? If you're open to it, comment down below. Let us know the details so that we can help other people and other investors save time and save money instead of chasing those hot stocks. Because one of the best things we can do to pay it forward is admit our own failures so that others don't have to repeat the same mistakes. Some of you may remember mine, but I fell into the trap of investing into Circuit City way back in the day. I know I'm dating myself a little bit here, but I did. I said, oh, Circuit City, that's a great company. I go there to buy stuff. I'm going to go invest in it, not realizing that they were moments away from going out of business. I was young and dumb back then, didn't realize and understand investing like I do today. But that failure helps me propel forward so I can be smarter, wiser, and let's face it, wealthier. And that's a key point when you're starting over from $0. Let's move on to the next step. Now it's the fun part. We're going to grow our income. Once the system is running, then I'm going to focus on income. And that might mean stuff like asking for a raise, switching roles, or even switching jobs, or starting something on the side. So every time I would grow my income, I'd revisit steps 1 through 5 that we just looked at. And this could mean putting more money into my emergency fund once my debt was paid down, or increasing my investments to maybe $10 a day or $300 a month or whatever that may be. Every income increase didn't change my plan. It just accelerated it. And if I could go back, I'd do this thing much earlier. I'd stop trying to be clever. No more single stocks because I heard about it on YouTube. You know, like some of the ones I just mentioned. Most of those weren't mistakes. They were just honestly distractions. No complex strategies, no 15 different accounts, no constant changes trying to chase the next best thing. Simple beats smart when smart can't stick. So this plan works because 1, it reduces stress. 2, it builds confidence. 3, it compounds quietly. And most importantly, it's sustainable. You don't have to win big. You just need to not quit. I wish somebody would have told me that years ago. So in the next video, I'll show you how I structure my investments once the basics are done, and why most people rush that part way too early. You don't need to be perfect in 2026. You just need to start and stay. Keep building your Sharpe money, and we'll see you on the next video.